Welcome to Mishna study, Masechet Sheviit, Perek Bet Mishnah Vav. This is an important Mishnah. This Mishnah speaks about the Pre-Shemita year, the 6th year. When are you allowed to plant your trees until? So we spoke about until now, if someone wants to plow the field, and then we said, the halacha is you're allowed to plow all the way up until Rosh Hashanah. The Mishnah in the times of the Beit HaMikdash, you're only allowed to do so for an orchard up until Shavuot time. But when it comes to our years, when there's no Beit HaMikdash, you're allowed to do all the way up until Rosh Hashanah. What about planting a new tree? Right? If you're planting a tree, when you're allowed to plant until, and that's going to be a mahloket in our Mishnah. Even within our Mishnah, Rambam has a unique pirush, and I'll try to stress where he is unique in this Mishnah. So, en not'im ve'en mavrichim ve'en markivim be'arev Sheviit pachot mishloshim yom lifnei Rosh Hashanah. First is Tanna Kama's opinion. We're talking about 3 different pe'ulot, right? 3 different types of planting over here. So en not'im, you're not allowed to plant a tree, a newly planted tree. Ve'en mavrichim, remember, is lashon of berech, right? And ni, right? This is when you actually took one of the, those shoots and you stuck it back into the ground and it popped up and it started to create more trees, right? We spoke about this in Masechet Kilayim. So that's mavrichim, right? So you literally like taking like a knee, sticking it back into the ground, it's growing more trees. Ve'en markivim is grafting. Right, so you take branches, you stick it into, another branch of the tree, you tie them together, and you're literally grafting new fruits. So you're not allowed to do these on the 6th year if it's not 30 days before Rosh Hashanah. Right, so Tanna Kama says you need 30 days before Rosh Hashanah. Now, imnata or ivrich or irkiv yaakor. Let's say you did any of these 3, you need to uproot it. You're not allowed to let it grow on the Shemitah year. Rabbi Yehuda Omer. I'm going to read through the Mishnah and explain how Rambam explains it. If you don't have any grafting or any grafting that didn't catch, it didn't take root for 3 days, is not considered, no longer takes root. Rabbi Yosef, Rabbi Shimon Omer, l'shtei Shabbatot. No, 2 weeks, 14 days. So what's going on over here? So Rambam explains that there's 2 overlying machlokot over here, right? Most people explain this as one. Rambam says there's 2 overlying machlokot. What are they? Firstly, is how many first of all, we need to know, we need to have the tree be a quote unquote 6th year tree. Now, how long before Rosh Hashanah do you need to plant something for it to be considered that year? So that's one machloket between Tanna Kama versus all the other opinions, versus Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Yosef, Rabbi Shimon. Right? What are they arguing on? Tanna Kama says, 1 day, Yom Echad B'Shana Hashuv Shana. If you plant 1 day before Rosh Hashanah, that's considered enough. It's considered a quote unquote a 6th year. And Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Yosef, Rabbi Shimon say, you need 30 days. Shiloshim Yom B'Shana Hashuvim Shana. You need 30 days to be considered a year, to be considered that year. That's one. That's one argument that they have. I would just point out, this is Harambam. Harambam says, Tanna Kama says that Yom Echad B'Shana Hashuv Shana, 1 day is considered enough. But Tinura and many other Rishonim actually explain that Tanna Kama agrees over here, and he also needs 30. Okay, but according to Harambam, Tanna Kama needs 1 day is enough, and all the other opinions need 30 days. Now, on top of this, there's another argument, and that is, how long does it take for something? How long does something need to take root? Now, Tanna Kama says you need 30 days for it to take root. Right over here is going to be the most 30 days for it to take root. Rabbi Yehuda says you need 3 days for something to take root, and Rabbi Yosef and Rabbi Shimon say you need 2 weeks. Now, if you combine all these days, right, you have Rabbi Yosef and Rabbi Shimon say you need 2 weeks plus the 30 days. That comes out to 44 days. Right, so according to Rabbi Yosef and Rabbi Shimon, you need to plant 44 days before the Shemitah year. That means last year, the Shemitah started in Rosh Hashanah, so you have to stop planting. Last time you could plant is Tu B'Av, the 15th of Av, and halacha is like that, by the way. Even today, the last time you're allowed to plant pre-Shemitah year is like Rabbi Yosef and Rabbi Shimon. It needs to be 44 days before Rosh Hashanah. Right, so it could take root, and so it could be considered a 6th year tree. Now, according to Rabbi Yehuda is 3 days plus 30. So he comes out to 33 days before. And according to Tanakama, right? Tanakama says 30 days, and you need to have 30 days before. Rambam questions this and it goes, why isn't it 31? Right? Because we said you need Yom Echad B'Shana Chashuv Shana plus you need 30 days. So technically it should be 31. And he answers that we have over here that the last day, the Shloshim, right? Hu sober Yom Shloshim Olelo Lekan Ulekan. The 30th day could go both ways, right? It counts towards the Kilita and it also counts towards the Shana, right? So because it's 1 day, we could count it both ways, according to Tanakama, right? Parenthetically, Bartunan will explain at Tanakama, we need 30 plus 30, we need 60, right? Many other traditions explain like that. Halacha is like Rabbi Yosef, right? And Rambam ends off, afilu bazeman hazeh, even in today's time, right? What we said, plowing, you let it go up until Rosh Hashanah. Over here, when it comes to planting a new tree, you need to plant. If you're going to plant, it needs to be 44 days before Rosh Hashanah, and people need to take, be careful about this today as well. And Rambam ends off because of Marita Ayin, right? Because of Marita Ayin, because we don't want anyone to think that he went ahead and planted on the Shemitah year itself. That's the reasoning he gives in the Mishna Torah. And with that, we end our Mishnah.